They were journalists, but instead of using a word processor to get their point across, they used colored pencils and inks. They were cartoonists, a journalistic brother and sisterhood that stretches into every corner of the globe. And the fact they were killed for bringing satire and their version of humor into the world continues to ripple into the lives of those who also live their passion via the cartoon. It's a pleasure to welcome into MidPoint. He is one of the last remaining sports cartoonists in America. He's been lampooning the games we play for decades. I first caught his work when I lived in Denver for a time and still follow him to this day via his website, drewlitton.com. Former winner of the National Cartoonist Society Sports Cartoon Award, Drew Litton. Drew, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Hey, it's great to be on. Thanks for having me.
What has it been like in the days following? Because I know cartoonists. It's a very tight-knit brother and sisterhood of very unique people. And that, from every cartoonist I've spoke with, it struck them very hard when they found what happened in Paris.
Yeah, it's a difficult, it was been a difficult few days, no doubt about it. I mean, we are a close-knit group of people. We all have a kindred kind of spirit about us because we all kind of do the same thing in one way or another, be it comic strips or editorial cartoons or even the comic book genre. We're kind of all in one big pool. And I think we have each other's backs to some degree, and I think that we all kind of understand the risks involved in what we do, and I think that comes with the territory.
But those risks, when you talk about it, sure, getting a letter from somebody or getting someone to tell you what you've done is not really what they like. But to have somebody pull out a gun and shoot you, I mean, look, I know rabid Denver Bronco fans who would be angry at anybody who says anything wrong about John Elway or Peyton Manning, but to think that something you could write would get you shot, you never considered that.
No, you don't consider that. Although in this crazy world, you just never know anymore. You go from John Lennon, who was gunned down in front of the Dakota, signing autographs. We had our own media personality here in Denver who was murdered in his driveway, a gentleman by the name of Alan Berg, who was a KOA radio talk show host. And he was actually gunned down by Aryan Nation guys who did a drive-by shooting one night in his driveway. So I think that it's certainly there, and you never know what people are doing. But this obviously is a whole different animal altogether. We're talking about terrorism, and we're talking about, the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And, I know that these gentlemen and these ladies who were there, they gave their lives in the line of duty, but it's also very difficult to understand what motivates people to that point to where they would actually take a life just because they don't agree with you.
Drew,
And that's kind of scary.
let me ask you a question. I got about a minute left here, and this is the one I think that really comes to bear. The next time you pick up your pencil and the next time you write something that will be critical of somebody, will you jerk just a little bit and take just another second to think that maybe someone you satirize may anger someone and they may do something violent against you?
No, not for that reason. To coin an old cartoon phrase, I knew this job was difficult when I took it. And that's just that comes with the territory. I'm kind of tend to lean more on the kinder, gentler side of cartooning. I'm not from the Paul Conrad school of very visceral and very angry cartoons. It's very, very rarely do I ever, have that kind of an attack on anyone. But you never know how people take things. I mean, I've had threats before, not anything serious, but you have to do your job. It's what we're called to do. I'm called as a cartoonist. It's kind of been my gift from God, and just I try to do the best I can with it and try to just be responsible with it. But at the same time, cartoons are very poignant, very concise ways of conveying a message.
And
sometimes that powerful message is tough.
We'll have to leave it there because we're all out of time. DrewLitton.com is the place. Drew, keep up the great work, my friend. Good luck, and I hope to talk to you again.
Okay, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Have
My
a good
pleasure.
day.
Take care, Drew. MidPoint continues.